Can I kiss?
No.
And my
My pipe is my This isn't that kind of night. This isn't a calm night.
Just remember to touch us up afterwards.
yeah.
Digitally.
I mean, you don't need to.
Digitally. I said digitally.
We need to make sure we don't
Get cancelled.
Though we're in the compromising position here.
Yeah, we don't know how this one is.
Welcome to Little Town Big Queeries.
My name is Emer and Elly. Pronouns are she, her. I'm from Belfast, specifically North Belfast. Lived there my whole life. And I've known Elly how many years now?
Coming up to 6, I think.
Okay, you're very specific.
Right. I remember.
Yeah.
You remember. So Elly, if you want to do your...
So I don't know who this is, but
Never met this person before in my life.
my name's Elly. I use he, him pronouns. What did you say? I'm 31.
I didn't say my age.
Yeah, I'm 31. I'm 32 in 4 days. I'm from South Belfast. I don't know why we're saying that, but yeah, I'm from Belfast.
I identify as North
Okay,
Belfast.
well, yeah. I'm from South Belfast. Currently live in East Belfast. And yeah, I've known you. I think we met, because I remember, in January 2020.
Used to the ones that came up, the Dyksketball. Yous are the pioneers of
Ellie's
it.
going to take this question, I think.
You and I had been hanging out about, obviously for a few years, but like around 2023 we were just doing bits, and you always like doing activities. Emer's big activity person. I was with a friend of mine, Orla, and also our friend Magella, and we'd done, what do you call the queer GA team in Belfast? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'd done that, I think, 2022, and I think that was kind of like a little taster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were doing like
Open
sort of open
days.
sessions,
Yep.
open day things
Yeah.
in
You know
Orla
Martin
Park.
Murray then?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Martin Murray. I love
I
Martin Murray.
We just done an episode and I
Yeah.
loved
Oh,
that.
great,
It was so
great.
educational.
Yeah,
I loved
he
it. Yeah.
starts everything. But
Yeah,
yeah, we know
class.
Martin Murray. So basically, and like we had been, I don't know if you'd been, but I'd been on like nights out with Martin Murray, like and stuff. But
You know all the dirt then.
oh, listen, that's for off camera. So basically, you had said to me, why don't we do a little sports day? It was June 2023, and then like it was me, you, Magella Cassidy. Important Genesis member, and Orla Fitzpatrick, and we were you had brought a bag of stuff, which was like a hurley stick, tennis rackets, and a basketball.
Class.
And then we were like, well, we're on the basketball courts in Ormo Park.
Yeah.
Why don't we just play some basketball? And then over that summer, we'd met up sporadically, and I think it was around August, late August, that I was like, I'm gonna get all the gay people that we know. You had a bunch, I had a bunch. From different backgrounds that we knew these people, and we're like, why don't we just all put in a group chat and then called it Dyksketball.
Yeah, because you create, like if you know the way like with WhatsApp groups you can go back and see like
Yeah.
by or whatever. So yeah, Elly created the group chat back way back then, and then you just put like Dyksketball was the title.
Yeah. I
So it's
think
got that group
So
chat,
there was
chat vibe,
there was no other like names. Would we call it this? Call it
No,
that?
no,
It's
it was
always been
just like I was
Dyksketball.
like, I want Dyke in this. We're playing basketball.
Class.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
No,
You're
was-
good at like just taking the piss, kind of fun, like approach to stuff. Like it was never gonna be, hi, we're starting this team and it's called
Yeah, it's like
Carabiners FC or whatever.
yeah, like I
definitely
like
not, like
starting things, and I like getting people together, and I think it was just this thing of like low stakes. Like we all knew lots of people from different backgrounds, and we all had this inkling that they'd get along.
Yeah.
So we were just like, let's all just be in a group chat.
Definitely
Cool.
for like Ormo Park as a central place where people can meet up and just like it's in the summer, like you just want to go out and
mess about.
mess about. I think we'd actually done maybe football and stuff before, but I think like basketball stuck because I don't know, like it's just a very like inclusive sport.
It's very
in a way,
accessible.
in the
Cool.
sense of like I know a lot of people play football and things, but like the injury rate is very high. There's a lot more football kind of going on as well that you can access if you want, whereas basketball was kind of like a new fun thing that people could do. But also a big thing is you don't always have to be going for a full game. Like you can literally go shoot hoops,
Yeah.
which is like you can go to the park, there can be two of you, there can be one of you,
Yeah.
and you're just going and mess around for a bit and then
Cool.
go to the pub or
That's
go get a
cool,
coffee or something.
because
like,
I
so.
couldn't do like proper competitive sport. I just love like, you know, messing about with friends and having fun.
Yeah.
And you can always just have a ball is a lot easier to bring.
It is, yeah, than
you know,
stuff.
equipment, like.
And I think, yeah, it's just that thing of like, we were just like, this is just an excuse for all of us to meet up together.
Yeah,
definitely.
no.
And getting out of the like a sober space, outside, healthy, just something a bit different as well.
Yeah. I was chatting with Martin about how there is like such a lack of alcohol-free spots,
Yeah,
you know, for
exactly,
like
definitely.
queer communities to come out and have fun. So it's nice to see. Like, I don't know, I wouldn't call myself sportsy, but like, you know, I'd give it a go, definitely.
Well, we'll get you down.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
100%, like.
Because I do remember, like, in school, it was, like, for PE, it would just be strictly, like, say, netball. All the girls had to play netball.
Yeah.
Fucking hated it. There was one session we done basketball. I'm like, this is way more fun. Netball, once you have the ball, you have to stand still. That's fun, isn't it?
That's a straight girl sport, let's
Yeah.
be real. Like,
We have a
none
lot,
of
well, we
that
have
is a homophobic sport.
We have a lot of people who come come along to sessions and stuff who have played I was going to say Dyksketball, have played netball before.
Yeah.
And like that was something I played in school as well. I never played basketball at all. It wasn't like a thing. I know we have somebody who plays with us now who did play basketball in primary school. 'Cause I went to primary school with them, and they played a bit, like, but it just wasn't something you did.
Yeah,
at all.
and I think being from here as well, and the co-ed element of stuff, and the kind of lack of support for women's sports in general.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many just different avenues, and it's just kind of, we're reclaiming a little bit of space by
Yeah.
doing this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And, like a thing that some people bring up is like basketball as a not divisionary sport. You know, it's not as if there's like, you know, Rangers versus Celtic basketball in Belfast. You know,
Yeah.
there's no kind of like division there.
No.
And yeah, it's like a growing sport in Ireland as well.
Yeah.
'Cause that, like down south, it's way bigger than it is up here.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, they have like the National Basketball Stadium and
Yeah.
stuff. They've got a really, really good league. The league in the north is good as well. It's like really, really growing. And we have a lot of like overlap between people who play in like the established teams. In the north,
Okay.
as well, come and like hang out with us.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
With
Yeah.
their little break from.
Yeah, so it's definitely like something that's growing. Like basketball's growing. And it's a good sport for people to get involved in.
Yeah. No,
But
it's
it's not got those like maybe divisionary links, or people haven't been put off it the same way that maybe you get put off certain sports when you're younger. So it's something kind of new in a way for people.
definitely. I love it. I think when I seen you on Instagram, I was like, that's a fucking sick name. I need to get these.
Well done,
I need to get them onto the pod. Definitely.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's meant to be fun. It's meant to be like a fun thing, like a messing around of a word, a querying of a word,
Yeah, I
a
think.
reappropriation of a word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're talking about the word like dyke in general.
Yeah.
We have mostly sapphic players in our
Yeah.
team. Dyke, I think, is a really interesting word because it doesn't just talk about sexuality, but it also talks about gender a little bit. And sometimes, I mean, I think personally, but I think you agree with this, is that with a lot of representation of lesbians, there's kind of like a really it has to be really like feminine and pretty and like delicate and like acceptable, and we find that in lots of different queer spaces where it's like this is the acceptable representation of
Yeah.
queer people.
Yeah.
And we, I think, in our like lived lives don't really adhere to that. Like our thing is that we are like being authentic and being ourselves, and some of that is just really rough and ready and really like playing with gender, playing with like presentation and clothing and like relationships with each other and queering a lot of elements of it. And I really like the term dyke, first of all, because it's kind of like, it makes you go, oh, like, you know what I mean? You're like, oh,
You're
like,
kind of reclaiming the word.
Yeah,
Same how
exactly.
people use queer nowadays. That
Exactly.
used to be such a no-no to say back in the day, but now I say it all the fucking time.
exactly. And
Yeah.
you're just like, fuck it. Like, I'm taking up the space in the same way
Yeah.
we take up the space, like when we're out in the park and we're taking up that space physically, we're like saying, like, it's fucking Dyksketball. Like, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's just
Yeah.
like, everybody has the same reaction where they're like, what? But we
What?
kind of love that, you know?
Yeah, no, you want the shock factor.
Yeah.
of
It's
it.
a good. It's an interesting thing, like when, especially because we're like veering towards maybe, you know, getting funded and things like that, and you're like filling in forms as Dyksketball,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you're kind of like, this feels strange,
Feels
but
illegal.
it
Yeah.
feels like a powerful word at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah.
'Cause you're like,
It is powerful, I
I
think.
get to use
It
the
is.
language that I use.
Mhm.
I don't know. So yeah.
For
I
the
think
Arts Council Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
yeah.
think the name is important, even though it seems like a silly thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like that represents kind of what we're approaching, because we have a sort of manifesto thing, that kind of says what we are, what we aren't, and you know, we're not an established team.
Yeah.
You know, we're not a registered basketball team.
Yeah.
We're not a sports team
Yeah.
in a formal sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that name helps us like get that across.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
You know what I mean?
class. Like the manifesto thing, that comes to my next question. Like, do you have like team rituals, like ritual pre-games, or is there like a designated hype person that helps? You know, I don't know how would to say it. Like, just
Do we have a mascot?
well, do you have a
We've got a
mascot?
mascot right here.
Yeah, we Murph.
You go
do
with
we
that
have a
one.
mascot? Hype person and stuff. Yeah, it just depends on the circumstance. I mean, we have our weekly sessions.
Yeah.
So I think one of your questions that we were chatting about was indoor, outdoor spaces and stuff like that. In general, we like meet up, we warm up, then we kind of become more established where we do rules, then we do drills and stuff. Over time, we become more kind of structured in that way. Like,
Okay.
as you imagine, like when we first met up, we're just like messing about. So we
Yeah.
have changed that way. And the main ritual we have is new people come in, because literally we have fresh people like all the time. And we do pronouns, introduce everybody, get everybody's names, go around in a circle. So that's like a big symbolic thing.
Okay.
Like you'll see us in Normal Park in a big circle.
Yeah.
To do that. And then another big ritual we have is, which Elly does actually, which I kind of find like it's cute, like it's very cute, but
Yeah.
Elly always does a thing where we do like, oh, say something you're like grateful for, or something really nice that happened to you this week.
Oh, nice. That is
So
nice.
that can establish the weekly check-in sort of thing.
Yeah.
Which is really, really nice. When you're thinking about ritual, like you're thinking about something that's sustained, that keeps
Yeah.
going, that's regular,
Routine.
and a big thing that we kind of interacted with and had questions around was sustainability, and the fact that like a typical basketball season is, I think it's like September to like March.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
the way that like a season or whatever, or same with like football and stuff like that. But we pretty much like go all year.
Yeah.
Do you know, we're
Yeah.
having a break now, December, January, just for like Christmas and stuff
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
Christmas celebrations. Everyone's with the family and all
Yeah,
that jazz.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, just even for ourselves, just have a wee bit of a break, and you know, we still do social stuff and things like that, but just for everybody to have a bit of time out. But the regularity of having like, we do it every week, and we've got people who come every week, and then we've got people who like dip in and out
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Some people don't come, but they just enjoy the group chat and they just enjoy saying
Yeah,
things,
fair
and
enough.
they come to the social things, which is fine too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely there's a ritual of having that every week, which is really, really nice. And then I think people having the option and stuff. But
Yeah.
in terms of hype people, we've got people who come all the time.
I think you're a pretty good hype person. You like,
I don't know.
you're good.
Hype
I think
person or not.
you are, because I think what Emer does really well is you're a very big celebrant of people. So like when people come to you, you're like, oh, they're cute. Oh, you're good at that. Oh,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like this. And you always point that out, and people, and you're always just like, well, you could probably do this, or that's a really good fit. You like, I think, celebrate people a lot, and you make people feel included, and I think it's really important making people feel seen.
Yeah.
Like we try to validate each other a lot,
That's
because
good.
we're not getting a
It's
lot
like a
of
wee pick me
validation.
up for everyone.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I mean,
Real
obviously
sticker.
we're overlapping questions in a way, but we're a basketball meetup, obviously we're social, but importantly, like, you know, people aren't in isolation. They've got the rest of their lives. So we've got a lot of artists, you know, musicians, illustrators, people who have skills in many different areas. So like a big thing that I like to do is promote that. So
Okay.
we have like a social sort of announcement thing on WhatsApp as well, where if somebody's got, Elly had an art exhibition last week, another person had like a choir they're singing in.
Yeah.
You know, just making sure you're promoting stuff like that where people
Cool.
have.
Yeah.
So it's like hype
Yeah.
in the sense of like hype in terms of basketball, but it's like hype in terms of personal lives.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
Just
individuals, like
Yeah,
what you're doing
yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
your spare
making sure-
time. That's
Yeah.
sick.
So I think
yeah.
that's as important as hyping people up for sports. It's like hyping people up for
Being you.
in
Yeah,
general.
that's such
Yeah.
a nice community.
Yeah,
That's
or putting
lovely.
people down where they
Yeah.
need to be.
Yeah.
Well, this is what we're like on camera.
Yeah.
So
What he's like off
Yeah,
camera.
we're
yeah.
just
But
bullies,
we've got
really.
a lot of good personalities, a lot of really nice people that hype us up all the time, keep us
Yeah.
going and stuff. But,
Cool,
yeah,
cool.
so-
You made history by playing the first ever LGBTQ plus basketball tournament, or the Irish LGBTQ plus basketball tournament against the Dublin SHAMROCK SHAMROCK.
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 It means, I'm pretty sure it means like fairy people.
No
I'm pretty
way,
sure.
that's
Yeah,
class.
I think that was the last kind of
Yeah.
That's so nice.
notification I got on that. So yeah, very cool.
How did the teams feel when the match raised over 1,300 for the Transgender Equality Network in Ireland? as well as drew a crowd of 135 people. That's a lot of people.
Yeah,
That must have filled out the stadium.
I mean, it was a big event, and it was very, very important for us. Like, it feels like a long time now. I mean, it was only November last year.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
we've
transitioned back and forth a few times since then.
So we'd got together in June 2023, and then SHAMROCK SIOGA were I want to say June, but it might have been May 2024.
Okay.
So
Yeah, they were really green.
They're relatively new themselves. Like, they'd only got started, and they're like amazing people. And we had a tournament with them there on Saturday as well. So the one in November last year, they approached us, and it was just to be a friendly game, meet up, play, raise some money, and stuff like that. So they're amazing at organising stuff.
Cool.
They're very, very good. They had the venue sorted, changing rooms, you know, all accessibility stuff, sandwiches, food, raffle.
Nice.
Like, they're on it. Like, so importantly, they are a registered basketball team.
Okay.
So that's the direction they've gone. They have competitive and social. They've like 5 sessions a week. You know,
Alright.
so that's their training.
They're serious then.
They're serious. They
Yeah.
still have their social sessions. They've still got a good balance, but they're definitely like progressing in a different way than we are.
Okay.
They're amazing. They're very, very nice. Yeah, shout out Jess, who we're hanging out with on Saturday. So that game specifically, raised so much. It was really, really important. And for us was a big event. Like, we all went down like together and stayed in my partner's like family home.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And it was just like a load of basketball players like sleeping on the floor.
Yeah, it was
It was good fun.
I know.
And
Then we went out afterwards,
yeah,
which
we
was
went
great
to
crack.
66 afterwards,
Yeah.
which was good
Yeah,
crack.
yeah.
So that was amazing to meet all these people, make those connections, make loads of friends, and just feel that you had that all island. Like,
Yeah,
approach.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
It
they
wasn't
had
just
that-
like the north versus the south.
Yeah,
It was
no,
like very.
definitely not.
Yeah.
And, like,
Though I think maybe 1 or 2 people was like,
well, the laugh was though, like, they
one of them I think said,
no
No,
they
you don't
tried to
know?
get they tried to get us, well, not that they tried to get us, but they know this really. They were like, oh, because they didn't even have their kit at the time.
Okay.
We're still working on our kit.
Yeah.
Dropping soon. But they didn't have their kit at the time, so they were like, oh, sure, like, use wear the orange bibs and wear the green bibs.
yeah, we were like,
And I was like, no,
Oh.
like, that doesn't
there's so many connotations to
Like,
that girl.
like, I can't come down with an orange sash. Like,
Yeah,
I just, like,
Yeah,
can't,
and
like-
then I think another thing, they were like, it's an international game, and we were like, I don't know if we view it that way,
No.
but
So that was fun. So that was good.
Yeah.
Like, learning curve for all of us. Like, they're just like, they
Yeah.
knew the crack. Like, they were
Yeah.
really open to hearing all our stuff we were saying about it.
yeah,
so-
it was nice. It was just like, and it was a fun excursion, and I think like they floored us. They absolutely hammered
Yeah,
us
they
at the time. Oh my god, wiped the floor
So,
with this clean.
I'm
Excited. We were
traumatized,
just
like,
like,
We got some good shots.
I think we
in,
got
but
1 or 2 points,
yeah, they,
which
yeah,
was
they
good.
duffed us.
Yeah.
I'll say-
Because-
I'll look into the camera and say they duffed us.
Yeah.
And I will commit to it.
It was better that we weren't so humiliated that it was just blah 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 to nil pois.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were killing us, and like, you know, you could see the kind of light leave the eyes of our fans who were watching us, and we were like,
People were like rooting for
they
us.
were. We were the
Like,
underdogs. Like, when we scored,
underdogs,
everybody was going
everyone
crazy.
Yeah,
Everybody was
that's
like,
good.
you know, it was like the Good Friday Agreement again.
Yeah.
Like,
like that,
So,
it made it special though.
not that
because-
people cheered when that happened.
But like, it was special because it was for charity.
Yeah.
We're all queer there. We all know it's for a good
It was great energy.
Mhm.
The night out was
absolute
great.
fun. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it was just
Super good.
fab.
We were planning to maybe play them again. Had communication about playing them again this year, so we can make it like an annual thing.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, we want to kind of get our kits established and put a bit more planning into that before it happens, and then it'll happen in Belfast.
Okay,
So we'll
cool.
have them up to us. So we're getting
We're
the
hosting.
infrastructure and stuff
Yeah.
for that. So that'll probably be like maybe February, March sort of time. Pro-am is like professional amateur.
Okay.
So a bunch of us went down, and then there was like a bunch of people just from Dublin, everywhere, all got together, and
Cool.
they're going to organise that again for Galway and Cork.
I love
So,
Galway.
yeah,
and
that's
it's been
like,
years since I've been to Cork, so that's
yeah,
nice.
and
It's
it's
like
important-
spreading out.
It's important to get to those places
Yep.
as well, because Jess let me know that they had a player from, and I met them as well, a player from Galway who travels to Dublin to play with them.
Oh
Do you
god,
know?
yeah,
So
it's such a
People make the
struggle.
commitment, yeah.
Mhm.
yeah, make the commitment, and it's important that you're in those different places. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So we're doing that, and then there's other big things like they're organising a tournament for all the Euro teams.
Okay.
So a really important thing is that like we're not in isolation at all.
there's loads and loads of queer social basketball meetups, established teams like all over Europe. Like there's like the Badgers in Copenhagen, there's Oslo, London Cruisers, and then there's loads in America as well. And stuff
Oh,
like.
sick!
So
Imagine
there's
going
that
to America.
excitement
That'd be so
of-
sick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
watch
there's the
watch
excitement.
the space
Yeah.
Dyksketball USA. Maybe
That'd
in a
be so
few
sick.
years
Yeah.
after certain things change,
Euro
but
trip. But that's
Yeah.
the excitement of we're not in isolation. There's possibilities everywhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
We're
June,
connecting.
Possibly there's going to be
Cool.
a bit of a meetup with Euro
Uh-huh.
teams and things like that. So
Oh my
yeah,
God,
that's super
yeah.
exciting. So happy to be part of stuff with Shamrock SHAMROCK because they're amazing.
Yeah.
And they are super collaborative and involve us and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we just want to have a crack. Like, so
Yeah,
it's all
that's
good.
so nice. Do you ever feel that queer representation in basketball or other sports is improving, either local or worldwide?
Well, like out players in sports is just like a massive issue. It's always been a massive issue, and yeah, this like I mean, the number of out players in any sport is very low.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously we have figures who stand out and make themselves heard and are out and proud, but it's very limited. Basketball itself, especially women's basketball, especially in America, is quite forward in that. I mean, we've got Paige Beckers and Izzy Food, their partner, they're an amazing couple. You have that representation,
Okay,
and being able to watch that and have that kind of positivity.
cool.
So basketball is kind of special that way.
All right.
And I think there is that kind of online culture of jokes of being like the WNBA, and it's like a little code word, you know, for being so queer.
Okay.
And there's a lot of, I think, particularly with women who play basketball, like masculine presenting players, and it's like celebrated, you know,
Yeah.
it's just part of the kit. I think
It's a dykey sport. Like,
it is a dykey sport.
Yeah.
it's a very dykey
Dykesketty,
sport,
yeah.
which is great. So maybe that is like subconsciously why we
I
gravitate
think
towards
so.
it. I'd say in general, it's pretty stuck.
Yeah, we're
Like-
having a hard year.
Yeah,
Oh, do you think
I
this
mean,
is a hard year for you, or?
Not for us. I think
mean, just
gay
for-
people
Oh, right,
worldwide.
Yeah, for the gay people and in sports, yeah, I think it's a big issue. So hopefully,
Yeah.
more players coming out is always good.
Yeah.
So
This is our plea to come out
Yeah.
to them.
Especially with like the last 2 years. I don't know if it's just because like Trump has been in power, but like
What?
the, like,
Yeah.
like the trans community and everyone has just been slated, and I feel like
I
we
know.
are going back in time
Girl.
badly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's it. Like you
It-
don't.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Mm.
you know, you want people to come out in sports, but at the same time, you don't hold it against anybody for not coming out.
Yeah.
I think
it's
it.
a difficult situation.
Yeah.
and nobody should feel like they're obliged or be put in a position that they feel they have to just because of awareness and visibility.
And I think the thing with the coming out and being public, people are getting really funny about this idea of queer people existing in public spaces. There's a big pushback about visibility.
Yeah.
Like we always see it where they're like drag queens, you know, doing story time, but like, so even if it's something as mild as like a lesbian, because a lot of the pushback is against trans people, they're like, you know, there's still that sense of deviance of you taking up. So
Yeah.
it is unfortunate, but I think you're right that it's kind of paused at the minute.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
hope
it's so
it picks up.
sad.
I know.
It's so depressing.
Yeah, well, I think I like about Dyksketball especially is because we're not an established team, and because we don't really have to play by any rules of who's allowed to be in our space or who is allowed to play. Like we
Yeah.
don't have to adhere to any regulations of like any.
Just based on looks. No, I'm just kidding.
Ellie has their own rules.
all
Well,
fair.
when you go to Ormo Park, nobody's telling you you can't play.
Cool. That's good.
You know, so
Yeah.
as a social
Yeah.
basketball meetup, there's no rules about if you're trans, if you're whatever. It's all open to everybody. So
Yeah.
No,
good.
that's lovely. It's nice to see like all's like welcome. It's totally inclusive that way.
no straight people.
What's the one thing straight teammates could do better to create queer-friendly spaces? Has many of your teammates suffered hate from other sports teams, which made them join specifically LGBTQ plus inclusive teams like Dyksketball?
I think in terms, because as we say, like we are Dyksketball, but we're like actually a FLINTA team. I don't know if you've heard that term before.
No, educate me. I
Well,
love this.
there you go.
Please.
So it comes from like a lot of queer spaces in like Germany and like Berlin, but it stands for femme, lesbian, intersex, non-binary, trans, and like agender,
That's class.
asexual. Yep. So the idea is that basically it's a large umbrella, but we accept cis men. So we are kind of talking more to the more fringe groups of the LGBT community. So we don't actually, like, we wouldn't really play with anybody who's straight. So in terms of like our experience, we don't really get a lot of like, you know, like checking with people, because we're just like, we're all queer, we all kind of know this. But I think for like, say somebody listening to this, and if they are straight, I think a lot of the thing can be that sometimes I think with queerness, what we were kind of saying before, is there's like an acceptability of being like, you're gay but you're one of the good gays, or like you're just like me and you just have your little wife and your whole system's the same, and we, you know, just keep it really mild, just don't make a big deal out of it. But our like culture as queer people is really different than a lot of straight culture. So I think rather than always viewing this person as like, maybe, you know, you're a minority and we're the majority and I don't have to think about you, because as queer people we think about straightness all the time because we're in it. I think maybe if they were like thinking, okay, what is it like if your culture is actually just different from mine, like, can I put myself in your shoes more? And sorry, it's a bit of a long answer, but I think maybe just ask questions, be curious, ask what it's like, don't just assume. The worst thing I think you could do is assume, and I think just be curious and open. I think, you know, I haven't heard about anybody experience like overt homophobia from their team, like from the people that I know, but I do think, you know, when we talk about microaggressions or certain culture, there has been. Now when you are mostly women playing sports, a good chance is a lot of people are going to be gay. Like that is the crack, you know, like if it's rugby.
Like I would think that's probably an important distinction to make, that's just my stomach rumbling. Because we don't have cis gay men in our team, I can't speak, and you can't speak for that experience. You know, like I'm sure if there was a cis gay man sitting here, he would probably have a very, very different experience.
But when you're a lesbian kind of facing team, it's, you know,
I'm not saying that
we do tend to dominate a lot of women's sports.
I'm not saying that we don't experience homophobia, but I have heard more stories of cis gay men having very negative experiences in sports. Which leads them to, there's a lot of amazing queer teams for them.
There are.
It's been a necessity. You know, you have Aslans, which are the queer rugby team in Belfast and stuff like that, and they're doing amazing work. So we haven't had many reports or things that people have said about their negative experiences but because not many of us have been in basketball teams before, it would just be more a general thing, rather than sports itself.
And I think what they find refreshing is there's no explaining or less explaining. When they come to Dyksketball, they're just like, I'm kind of with my people. Everybody knows, like, nobody's going like, what's a pronoun? You know what I mean? Or like, what does this mean? Or what's a trans person? Or what's a lesbian? Or bitch.
Everyone's on the same page.
We are. So I think people like that. They relax into it.
What steps do you take to ensure trans and non-binary players to feel welcome and safe?
Ban. No. No, just kidding. I am trans, so I can say that. I think we, as we were talking about earlier, about like the rituals, we do a little thing at the start when we're kind of warming up stretching, we talk about pronouns, make that really normalized. So we're just like, everybody has pronouns, just say what they are. We're pretty, like, we know that people are going to mess up. I mess up my own pronouns. As long as, like, you know, I don't, we'll look in the mirror.
It's a shifting thing as well, because from one week to another, people's pronouns change. Like we've seen actively, like
we've seen people who have like come in and then felt comfortable and then discovered and been like, you know what, I actually want to go by this name and I want to go by these pronouns. And we're like class, and we're just, I think everybody has a good attitude, and like, and maybe less so in a formal sense, but we're all on the same page that we're like enthusiastically care about each other or try to have that environment. So when things are updating, we're just like, okay, cool, that's you, and we accept it. And we have like a manifesto and like waivers and things of like what people agree to be involved with us, and we have like a zero tolerance policy for like transphobia or like actively misgendering and things like that. And we've such a diverse range, so it's like, it's really, you're not going into a space that's like, oh, everybody's on board and like we care. It's like you're actually with kin, you're with people who get it and are it. So, you know, we'd hope it would come across that way.
How things change as well, you know, like that's comes back to the regularity and we meet each other every week and you see the shift in people, you see how they change back, how they navigate life, and respecting that the same way you do your friends, and just just having that more formal ways of respecting things like that. But yeah, just soundness pretty much, and respect.
You publicly stated you were appalled by the UK Supreme Court's definition of women. Why did you feel it was important to speak out as a sports team?
One for you.
Yeah. What
You-
did I
you-
say?
You-
Yeah, we
you
did.
could be as like vicious, just like
Oh,
this is
great.
speak your heart, you know.
Yeah,
This is the place to say it, you know.
Listen, Supreme Court.
This is a call out.
Yeah, from Dyksketball.
Fuck you.
Yeah. We sort of talked about this in the car, and we talked about it when it happened. So we had public call outs, social media posts. We made a little bit of imagery. The thing is that a lot of this stuff is getting really casual.
Yeah.
Like, people are just being like casually transphobic, casually shit, to be honest,
Yeah.
about things.
It's becoming a trend now.
It
It's
honestly
yeah.
is. It's frustrating.
yeah.
Well, the news cycle
It-
is depressing, obviously, but it's the same with any very serious and disparaging event. Is when we get hit by these negative things of trans people being excluded from spaces, and it gets really normalized.
Yeah.
And I'm cautious of always on Instagram sharing and promoting the negative stuff.
Yeah.
You know, because it can be triggering for people, but it's also, you know, we're sick of seeing
Bombarded.
these stories, and it's
Yeah.
important that we do acknowledge them and stuff like that. Especially the Supreme Court ruling, which, you know, was appalling.
Yeah,
but-
and I think what it was with that was that they were kind of putting it as fact. Suddenly had this legal document, and it was saying the cast review or whatever, this is what it's related. There you go, and it's out there, and we don't agree with it because it's not true.
No.
It's not our lived experience for us and the people that we play with and people we
Yeah.
care about. So it was important for us, because we have this community, we have like a duty of care for the people we represent and
Yeah.
include, that I feel like it's not like we were like, we made a decision. I felt like we didn't really have a choice, because it's like
Yeah.
this thing of being like, we're not looking after for the people we care about if we're not actively publicly saying we don't agree with this and this is fucked up, essentially. Like,
yeah.
it was kind of on us to do right by the people around us, to be like, by the way, we don't agree, and just so you know, when you're in our space and playing with us, that is the stance we're taking.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're not distant from these decisions. You know, these decisions and these things that happen very in the real world impact the people that we interact with every day.
Yeah.
You know, and these are the things we are talking about, and the things that affect us. So whenever we promote it on Instagram or make a point of promoting it, it's because it's actual real fact.
That's it.
You know, it's actual real life things.
It's kind of just like, you know, I just think of the courts just being old fart men, you know, like it's just that them.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you know about anything?
They don't
Yeah.
know fuck all.
Yeah, can
we're
we be
seeing-
bitchy for a
Yeah,
second?
well,
like,
we're seeing the after
You know,
effects
we're,
of that.
Yeah.
We're seeing the after effects of that decision now, and you know, with the constant barrage of different organisations making decisions based on a framework that they've been presented with.
Yeah.
yeah, and viewing it as this unchallengeable right and like fact of life. They just decided that and it's not even based on science. Scientists are coming back to push back on it, but they don't care.
No.
And it's just all political games.
Yeah.
It's just stupid and silly.
Yeah.
And they're just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's stupid and silly, but it's very serious and real. And again, I just like the joy of not being an established basketball team, because we can do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
No.
And we'd probably
You
do
know.
that if we were like established and all, because it's just the right thing to do.
Yeah.
exactly, of course. Like,
No, the courts are going to shit, because I heard that they're getting rid of juries now. Do you hear about that
just
one?
Oh
get rid-
my
just get
god.
rid of that.
How
What?
fucked- how
Say,
fucked up is
wait, say
that?
more about that.
So like,
Same old.
there's gonna be no juries. Your like fate is in the hands of that judge. So you can imagine just that one dickhead judge that has a bad day, and just to think of all those like elderly people that have done, you know, Palestine action, have been arrested for terrorism.
I know,
Just
I know.
dismantle the entire judicial system. Like,
It's not set in stone yet, but that's the way they're going. And I'm
back
like,
to criminal
such-
justice.
I know. It's just,
That's it.
I
You know,
know.
it's such dictatorship.
but like it is, but it's all because of the stupid man in orange has just like
yeah.
thrown everything aside. It's just like, we don't need to go by
I
that.
know. No,
anymore.
that's so scary to think, like, all these elderly people that, like, you know, they thought,
know.
oh, it's like arrested for terrorism. Maybe the juries will be like, oh, they're actually not terrorists, but now they could actually do fucking time.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up. What do players say they gain from being on the team beyond basketball skills?
Yeah, I mean, it just depends what you're looking for. I mean, obviously, what you're looking for. Apart from basketball skills, yeah, I mean, exercise, obviously, it's good getting a
Yeah.
bit of dopamine of a Sunday,
Oh, yeah.
Sunday
Good,
morning.
Sorry.
Socializing.
Well, the thing
go on.
is, I think we get so many group of people. Now, you and I are different. Emer and I, we are in a lot of queer groups, and we're also in a lot of arty scenes. So, like, it's like queers a boo, you know?
Yeah.
So, and we're literally
Wall
wall to wall to get
Wall to wall.
lesbians.
Yeah.
So we are like lucky in that sense that we do, like, the reason we were able to, I think, to start successfully in like a
Yeah.
good traction is we already knew a bunch of fucking gays who'd be
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of semi-interested. But a lot of people coming in now, this is like their gay thing. Like, this is the thing with that links them to other people, or they like have mostly a straight life and they're like, then they feel liberated. So I think what's really good is it builds their confidence in their queerness by
Yeah.
seeing each other. I think it was really good what you said about socialization. Some people, I think, are just a bit nervous about being themselves in a way, and they also kind of use us to kind of explore certain things. Like, I don't know what gender I was when we started, but I definitely transitioned after we started, and it was just so, I knew that was like the one place that I would be like, this is
So
so chill.
easy.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
chill. Everybody's going to
class.
accept it. They're going to hype me up for when I have to go back home to my family and like
Yeah.
talk about this stuff.
Cool.
And I think it offers a space. Yes, it's like we use the basketball as like a vehicle
Yeah.
to do those things, but it offers a space to kind of, as you say, socialize, get a bit of exercise, get outdoors, meet up for coffee, and have like something to do this week where you're seeing yourself mirrored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
And
good.
An important thing to note is we've got a very big wide range of people. Like, everybody's not the same. It's not like everybody's just coming on the same baseline. We've got a big
or step in their journey.
or step in their journey. Like, so you have people who we know really well, and then there's people I've never met in my entire life.
Yeah.
You know, who turn up, and you know, you have people who've lived here their whole lives, people who've lived here 20 years, people who've been here 5 minutes,
Yeah.
people who are refugees, people who are migrants, every experience that you could think of.
Cool.
People are turned up, people with kids, people who are older, used to play basketball when they were younger, you know. So there's no set formula about what somebody gets from it.
Okay.
Could be anything.
Cool.
So it's good to be open to, some people are just there for a bit of exercise.
Yeah.
Maybe don't even really want to socialise that much.
Yeah.
And that's
Fair.
absolutely
Yeah, they're just
fine.
like basketball only.
Oh,
which is,
really?
yeah, but it's
Fair
good. It
enough.
helps us too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's people who are like, I'm really super keen to like improve, and so it's getting that balance of
Yeah.
what people are there for, and everybody can kind of just get what they need from it.
Yeah, like we have people who don't go and play basketball. They're in our group chat, but they do not go to basketball.
Yeah.
But they love being in the community. They love
Cool.
helping out with any party or event we have.
It's just the thought of it being there, you know.
Yeah,
it's
or
really
the
nice.
sports maybe just not their thing, but they
Yeah.
want a community, and that's fine too.
And just like if you've been once, basically.
Yeah,
If you've
or
been-
sometimes they come and they just stand on the side, listen to the music. It's
Yeah.
grand.
Fair
And that's
enough.
it. Like, I mean, definitely, we were talking about, again, I'm just going to say, we were talking about it in the car, but we were talking about in the car about sports as a community vehicle.
Okay.
So, in the sense of it gives a real center to a community
Yeah,
that can be used for other things. Like we're
Yeah.
saying, like, you know, the lack of, like, I'm not a religious person, I've never really been a religious person, but the absence of like a parish,
like
a religion,
sports club.
church, whatever. Sport in straight culture as well comes in as a thing where people can gravitate towards it
Yeah.
and have it as a center. So there's people who can support Dyksketball and be part of it without playing the sport.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Cool.
Like, you can wear the shirt or whatever without being a player.
Yeah.
You know,
Nice
and
one.
it's
you know,
definitely an
we-
art. We were talking about how it's like a vehicle for art. It's a vehicle
Yeah.
for creativity.
Yeah.
It's a vehicle for all sorts of things that it's just kind of an excuse that we actually go
is,
and play
yeah.
basketball every Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
it is. Yeah,
Sometimes
it's a
you
big
forget to
excuse.
actually play.
Yeah, like that's it. Like it's
There has been,
a way
yeah.
of organising in that way that it's just an excuse really.
Yeah, you know the way like people do that though. They use certain little things where they're like, do you know the way you might wear, like, you know, if you watch Gaelic football or something, you might not play it, but you might wear it because you're just kind of
Yeah.
signaling to each
Yeah.
other. Like, we like the idea
Yeah,
when we're making
definitely.
jerseys or like stickers and stuff. We're like, yeah, you're part of this thing, but this doesn't mean you're like a star basketballer, you know?
Yeah.
You're just
No,
in
that's
it.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I think that's super important because you need something that's like, it's like a band, like, you know, a band that you gravitate
Yeah.
towards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any association and creating
That's
that,
our next project.
Yeah. What would we sing? I don't know what would we
What
be
would
a ska
be?
band. No, we wouldn't. We'd be
What genre
yeah.
of band? I think we could be really tragic and like emo.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Bring emo
we have
back.
it in. Bring
It
emo
never
back.
left.
Oh,
It
right,
never
sorry.
left.
It could be like Dyksketball at the party, something party. Do you know what I mean? Like one of
yeah.
those long ass names.
At the disco.
Yeah, and then you could get like one of those fringes again.
I have one.
No, but bigger. We get the hairspray on you. You play. Emer plays instruments.
Yeah.
So
What do you play?
Plays instruments.
I forget. Was it drums?
Yeah.
Yeah, you play the drums.
Yeah, cool. I'm just drums in the pipe band, so if someone has bagpipes, we're fucking flying.
Yes.
Okay,
so
we'll
go
bring
right.
pipes back to emo.
We need
Yeah, bring that back.
We could get like a mascot and a band the next time we play a game.
A mascot
A mascot. Heard it here
Okay.
first, folks.
or a femcot. Let's bring everybody in.
Femcot. Yeah.
Femcot.
We'll dwell on it. But yeah, so identity as a sports organisation community to bring queer people together where you can just do all the things.
All of it.
Your May 2025 post invited anyone, regardless of fitness or skill, to come learn how us Dykesketball, that was the caption. How do you design sessions that are fun and inclusive for all, like, total beginners?
Yeah. Yeah, it can be difficult because, as I say, like, we have a session every week, and every week there could be a new person
Yeah.
who's literally never played basketball before.
Yeah.
Has no concept of it, doesn't know have a clue at all,
Mm-hmm.
or has played netball or has played basketball before. It just depends.
Yeah.
So you have to always be open to it as like a organizer. If there's going to be somebody who has no clue, so that can be difficult because you're right back to the start with somebody.
Yeah.
So yeah, the thing that you're talking about was kind of drop-in session. So we're gonna next year try and do that more regularly, to have a kind of like drop-in session, basic rules of basketball sort of things, maybe once a quarter or something like that, so people can feel that they can come to that, because that was a really important thing to do,
And
to have people come in and not feel kind of like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah.
yeah, and I think, like, not to kind of show you how the sausage is made, I think that's the saying. We don't come from basketball backgrounds at
Yeah.
all. Like, I have played roller derby, you've done other sports. We both like enjoy fitness,
Yeah.
but like a lot of the people who are helping us now are really good
Yeah.
basketballers, so we know what it's like to be like, this is
Yeah.
kind of new to us.
Probably a good point to make, because like
Yeah,
your
like
assumption.
it is that we're
You're-
like, you know, pros
yeah,
doing
yeah.
backflips.
Yeah.
We don't like
No,
a
no,
lot.
no.
When we
Like-
started, it was really rough and
Yeah, I
tough. But
guess
again,
the-
it was that
the
vehicle.
The assumption might be like, oh, you started a basketball thing.
Yeah.
All the,
Do
so
we know
much about
basketball?
basketball.
No,
No.
It's
no.
like, I like when I started, I knew fuck all about basketball. Like,
Yeah.
We were just
absolutely.
throwing shit in the
Yeah,
air.
So
Fair.
again, like a really nice queer thing of skill sharing.
Yeah.
So
And you're good. You go on Instagram, you look up little drills, you do stuff.
I'm like,
you're, like,
learning-
on
It's
it.
taken me like 2 years to
Yeah.
learn all the rules.
There was a stage where Emer was DMing me daily. That's not an exaggeration, of basketball drills. Being,
Yeah.
what about this one? What about this? Or fits and stuff. You
Yeah.
love an Instagram DM, it has to be said.
Yeah, I love an Instagram DM. I do. I love, yeah, just send the reels. But yeah, so it's taken a long time for me to learn basketball rules.
Yeah.
And still, like, there's still bits of it that I'm not comfortable with at all.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
still
and
learning certain aspects and certain. Like,
And we are very lucky that we've got people who really know, really class, like impressive players who've been
Yeah.
very patient with us to be like,
Yeah,
you don't
fair
do
enough.
that. You
yeah,
can't just
yeah, yeah.
stand under the
And in a
net.
way, I think that's super important. But I think that's super important though, because if we were standing there organizing this session, like acting as if we were these super knowledgeable
Basketball
coaches
gods.
that are gonna teach you basketball, like that's just not what it is at all. It's
Yeah.
about people coming and then like personally, whenever I'm at a session, like having a very low ego, you know, where I'm like, I don't know this either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
I
can't.
kinda know it.
Yeah.
We'll
But
learn
I'm gonna
together.
I'm gonna learn it together with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And, like, we're gonna approach it in a real like positive way, and then we have as we've got like developed the 2 years, we have basketball players who know what they're talking about, know what they're doing, and they come in and help us.
Yeah,
And we
yeah.
all share, and we all like gain that experience of teaching each other.
Yeah.
And that's really, really important. It's really helpful as well.
And I
And
think
it's been a really nice thing and a really nice joy to just have that experience with people. We're all learning together.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
nobody's like perfect, and you're not coming into this situation where you are stupid and everybody there is like
yeah,
these
that
amazing
like when people are coming to us, like nobody's thinking like that at all. It's really all ranges. And I think also, like, when we've got different backgrounds, I played roller derby for like 8 or 9 years, and that is like a sport you learn as an adult,
Okay.
and it's a really kind of community-ish sport where you have to learn all the rules it's not like a school system or like there's like leagues and things like that. It's all really grassroots. And I think that sensibility translated into Dyksketball a bit, where it was just like, as you say, we have skill sharing. Like there's some people that are really good like this, they'll learn certain things and we kind of grow together.
That's so nice.
Yeah,
that's really nice. It's kind of like the podcast, because like we're not professionals at all. We're not lecturers to be telling people about queer things. Like we all like I was learning stuff off the girls and stuff, and it was really nice.
And that's how you do it.
Well, that's it. It like decentralizes authority and stuff as well, because it's not,
we're all about that.
I mean, at the same time, we're thinking about getting getting a coach in to like bring up our expertise, getting that sort of level, which is very important, that you do learn the rules so you can play it properly. But it's not about,
do you just take turns being coach, or
well,
not like, no,
I think
even whenever I turn, my ADHD is so bad that I just wander off.
Oh, right.
So
yeah, and I think like
if I'm being honest,
no, I haven't been in a while, but like I think when we were doing that, and you correct me on this, it's like a lot of it was we would be playing at the start. It just started, we were just playing games. We were just playing a game and then doing it in a half court to full court. Then we got more things in. Then we did like little bits with drills and stuff. And then we would lead certain things. I mean, when you look at certain things, you would tell us about like the drills that you've seen, and then other people would tell us. So it is like really an open forum.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I think it developed kind of with myself and Elly, us learning the rules.
Yeah.
And so as we learned the rules and we got more like comfortable with it, we were doing drills and stuff to get those rules in place and kind of learn it. And then when fresh people come in, we're like, right, okay, we're starting again.
But everybody learns quicker.
Yeah, and as we kind of developed, we took on people who had played basketball before.
Yeah.
And knew the rules and are interested in coaching and interested in kind of having that element. So we've like increased the size of our kind of organisation. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Or people. So we've got Mac, Meg, and a good couple of people, Ava, Beth, who know about basketball and so can lead sessions as well. So we've had people come in and they're like, okay, you're going to take this session today, or can you take that session next week?
Yeah.
So it's not about,
spreads it out as well.
Yeah, it's not one person being like, I am the authority on basketball and you're all
yeah.
And there's real joy in that as well, because if you have people who've played basketball before and then are coming back to it, they have all that knowledge and they get to bring it to it.
Share
or there's
the
people
wisdom.
who want to explore that side of themselves. Or like, I could do a session.
Yeah.
Do you know? And
Cool.
very open to people who don't know about basketball doing that as well. Do you know? So just like bigging people up, hyping them up, and being like, you could do that. Like, why couldn't you take a session, look a rule up, and bring it to us?
Yeah.
And see how you like. Because I've definitely found like, it's funny. Like I was doing a training session or something in work, like just in a work context. And then, you know, we have to do like team build and stuff. And I like suddenly was like, here, I'm pretty confident talking to all these people actually.
Yeah.
And I think it was because over like 2 years, not that I wasn't confident before, but I think over 2 years I'd got used to talking to a room of people.
That's class,
and being like, okay guys, we're going to do this today, and then we're going to do this. Are you comfortable with this?
Cool.
And like learning that, and like, as I say, when there's different people coming and joining us, there could be younger people who aren't experienced with any sort of like public speaking, anything like that. It's like a community-based thing where you can build confidence, and it sounds really naff, but it's actually real world.
No, it is,
stuff
and it helps. Like we learn skills as well as we do it.
Tell us about DYKEWEAR. What questions around fit, identity, and gender expression in sportswear are you trying to explore through this project?
Great question.
Will we get the Xenon?
Yeah, do you have
Xenon camera?
Do you want to?
Do you want to model?
Explore it? Nice.
So DYKEWEAR was like a collaboration between us and an artist studio called Ure Collective, and it was really like ourselves and I think it was Thomas as well, who we kind of wanted to talk about. Thanks. Basically, I'll just set it down. Basically how the court is kind of like its own realm. We exist in like kind of the normal space of like very heteronormative straight world, and we can like signal to each other with like clothes and stuff, but we're always kind of like in that kind of subculture. And when we go onto the basketball court, it's like us stepping into like through this veil into like, okay, this is your realm, this is who it is. So when you're wearing that and when you're taking up space on the court, what does that look like? So when we did this project, we had like a bit of photos and stuff of like our clothes. I think clothing was really important because it's kind of like, have you ever seen like Paris is Burning?
I've heard of that. Yeah.
It's like, or you know, like ball culture in like in New York and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of that was, it's not dissimilar to kind of the culture that we have, where it's like they would have these weekly, like it's what Drag Race is obviously based off, like balls and ceremony, and all of that was about like the fit and the outfit, and that was their way of serving like realness and like their own identity of like their gender, their sexuality, everything through their clothes.
Yeah.
And not only doing that, seeing it in a public space and seeing it with your friends and having it validated or rated or like whatever.
Yeah.
And how empowering that is, because you don't really get opportunities to do that in our normal, like in your 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So a part of that was that we kind of subconsciously were doing that on the court. Like if you had new outfits, or you had like kind of, or you want to take your top off and have your sports bra out, or your top surgery scars, or like femme it up, or like some women who were more feminine wanted to be really mask. And that was like a space that was like inadvertently happening, and we wanted to document that because we find like the archiving of what we're doing here really important. Like we don't know how long this is going to last for, but we wanted to document it happening.
Yeah,
so that was the
document
kind of,
diaries
exactly,
like mad.
literally,
Yeah, it's so
like have
interesting to look back
publications.
on.
Exactly. So this project was about like turning it into this booklet, and then we got people in to kind of talk about like what is their like gender envy, what is that like kind of identity, and we had like collage and like building these images, and that went into the publication. And then it kind of had like I guess an echoing effect that like once they thought about it and they did that, maybe that changed the way that they showed up again, or showed up in their own lives. And we just wanted people, I guess, to not only just go to Dyksketball and like experience it, but to think about it and be like, oh, you know, I'm going to be mindful and be like, this is really cool thing that's happening. I'm getting to kind of show off a little bit here. Clothes are a really important part of our identity, and
They are, yeah.
that's what it was.
It's fun, like it's definitely fun. Like just to talk about where we play. So usually in the summer, or when the weather plays ball, we play in Ormo Park.
Okay.
So part of that is, you know, walking into the court wearing what you're wearing, and the fun and the joy of like, oh, nice shorts, like, you know, nice gas shorts, nice, like, oh,
Yeah.
you get that top, oh, cool. Not that we don't do that in normal life, but there's something very special about sportswear, and just that kind of like difference from the standard uniform we wear every day.
Yeah.
Obviously sports tops and shirts and stuff are like signals, signifiers and things like that. And also showing off tattoos is fun as well.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
big
true.
one.
And
Because
yeah,
like
go on.
myself, I have tattoos here, but you don't see them normally because I'm not really wearing shorts normally.
Yeah.
So tattoos, outfits, things like that, and that like opportunity to be really confident in maybe a space where we're usually not confident. You know, maybe playing sports, like I go super red whenever I'm playing sports.
Yeah.
with rage.
With rage. But people maybe who are coming in were like, oh, I don't really feel too confident about this thing I'm going to do, but I've got this class like new top on or something, and it's like the fun of that.
Like, and also I think because we have a lot of like women in our team, so much of the socialization of women, which is here overly sexualized, it's really refreshing somebody to be like, I'm just in my,
it is,
you know,
I seen this like a montage of like, there was like the Olympics and all the men were wearing normal shorts, normal t-shirts, and all the women were wearing like, you know, just sports bras, and it was like tiny little shorts. Literally, and like I couldn't wear that shit.
I know.
No,
and
not
it's
a
like
chance.
You can wear as much as you want. You can wear the men, or you can be that and not have it sexualized. And even when you're kind of in between, like we would like, I don't know, maybe not you as much, but like we're out in like our sports bra and you're like, say if you are trans and you're self-conscious about your chest, you know it's not going to be something like if you were out and we had some of the trans people with and they were kind of in like more in sports gear, they'd be the risk of being like looked at or like kind of judged, whereas we know like we're like, okay, I can just be myself, because
that can really fuck with your game too if you're like worried, like self-conscious about how you look. You can't really put your head in the game then. So
great quote.
Because it's interesting, the Dykeware publication and stuff came about because of discussions around a kit. So obviously inherently a kit is a uniform and we're all the same. So that's like a development we're going down towards about how to approach that.
It was kind of like step one
in that. So we're saying at the same time we love our individuality, we love what we turn up in, like stuff, but we're also gravitating towards getting a kit that we can like be proud of.
So it's like your
use
family.
as well.
It's so nice.
Exactly. It is. It's like an emblem.
That's it.
So that's definitely in the works, and that's exciting. And
if you ever get like a wee beanie cap or like a crew top,
watch this space.
Sick.
Like,
Spoilers, sorry.
So clothes, I think, but just clothes are important to queer people. They always
Yeah,
have been.
they are. They're
Fashion is
everything.
important.
Yeah.
It's just like, again, it's a way of expressing ourselves in a fun and signifying way. So yeah, Dykeware was a really, really interesting publication. So
Yeah.
shout out to Ray Studios
Cool.
and Thomas Wells as well for helping with that. So
Yeah.
fun things
No,
happening.
I'll need to keep an eye out for that. That's so
Oh, yeah,
exciting.
100%.
Yeah. You were featured in the music video with Strange New Places. Did being featured in the video help raise your visibility or bring new people to the team?
I gotta get my
Yeah,
Strange New Places hat
That's
on.
so
You should wear it
nice.
for this question.
Oh shit, yeah. I don't
Rep
know if the cap looks good anymore.
Oh yeah.
Is it alright?
Yeah.
class,
Great.
yeah.
Speaking of wear.
Yeah, speaking of where. Yeah, Strange New Places, yeah. They're an amazing, amazing queer band from Belfast, I'd say, just at the minute. I used to be in the band as well, so I used to play drums for them.
Cool.
So they're like what's the word for like the center of something?
Nucleus?
They're like a nucleus for a lot of like creativity in Belfast.
Sick.
Like Caleb was amazing. They are amazing filmmaker and stuff like that. So shout out to all of them. But like I don't think it like brought any new people. It was just more
Yeah.
it just solidified like our relationship with the band, relationship with music, and represented definitely what I was talking about how Dyksketball isn't just a basketball team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A social meetup. It's
A social enterprise kind of.
Yeah.
It's a social. Are you trying to get money from Invest NI?
Always. Yeah. And money from anywhere.
money. Get the song up out.
Yeah.
QR code.
I think also we were saying in the car, like, a lot of people we already knew. So we were like, they all knew about us. It was like our friends. It wasn't like we were doing this reach out across to be like, hey, cool new band who we don't know. Like,
Yeah.
we'd been to their concerts, we'd watched them play. They were talking to us because we are their friends. So,
it's a very normal thing. And it's a very normal thing in Belfast for people to take part in other people's projects.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're
You know,
very
I love
collaborative.
collaboration.
Yeah.
It's not a rare thing for somebody to be like, do you want to be in this music video?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Like,
Yeah, so
you know,
but it definitely like it affirmed us and it lifted us up and it was a great project to be involved in
Yeah.
and
It's a
kind of
beautiful,
featuring.
beautiful
Yeah,
music
it's
video.
great. And our
Yeah,
friend
it was
shot the
nice,
music
yeah.
video.
What changes would you like to see in basketball culture for future queer athletes?
basketball culture. It's kind of strange because we're kind of distant from basketball culture in a way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we have some overlap with like people who play on the teams in Northern Ireland and in like down south and things like that. So we have interaction, and obviously SHAMROCK SHAMROCK are an established team and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they're probably better at like saying about the actual like infrastructure and things like that. So we can't really profess to say
Yeah.
we're super knowledgeable about the
I-
leagues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
I think in general we'd want like I think in culture in general we still want people to come out. We want queerness to still be in the public forum and we
Yeah.
want official like bodies to make that okay to have protections and have it kind of celebrated. Like I think
Yeah.
that would be like that's a kind of like our Christmas wish for
Yeah, that's
everything.
lovely.
and fund queer sports.
Yeah.
Queer
How
organisations.
important it is to not to be specific and to celebrate it and to like lift it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, if any organisations out there should have the proper infrastructures and policies in place to protect queer people,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and make sure they are included. Obviously, we have our group, which is very welcoming, but there are people who want to play at a higher level, and they should be allowed to, and they should be included
And
as queer people.
exactly.
and able
And-
to be visible in it as well.
Yeah.
And you know, like the way that with soccer and things like that, where they had like those kind of like rainbow badges, and it's like it's not just like a queer issue; it's an everybody issue. So
Yeah.
having that approach, I think, would be really helpful.
Yeah, when I hear of like teams like opting out of that, and I'm just like,
It's just
what is
shut
that?
up.
It's
I
it's
know.
not
that's
fair.
the-
Like,
with women's football, especially, like they're
Yeah.
at the forefront of wearing the armbands and things like that, compared to men's football. So yeah, just keeping that going. But geez, there's only so much we can do, like. But
Yeah.
these are doing so much.
Oh, geez,
Fair
sorry,
play
I
to
don't
yous.
know.
No,
Wow.
don't say that. How do you recruit players? What's your approach to this talent scouting? And then how can people join? Do they just reach out to you via Instagram, or
So-
what is the best?
Initially, we started, as we said, like it was our group of friends, and
Okay.
then like I think the Instagram really helps, and then also word of mouth. So a
Yeah.
lot of I think, especially after we'd like rinse dry our own social network.
Yeah.
It was friends of their friends who found us. A lot of that is, and then we have an Instagram. We get a lot of DMs in, and then really, also when we meet queer people when we're out, we tell them about it, and
Yeah.
then they do show up and they're interested, and we meet so many different walks of life and different things we do because we both have quite active social lives. But I think in terms of like retention, we kind of have a policy of like soundness, which is that people will send an DM on Instagram. They might come to a few sessions. We kind of like vouch them, and then we like add them to
Cool.
our WhatsApp, and then maybe further down the line into like a big group chat.
All right.
So it's not like we're going out and we're doing like this big official thing of like recruitment days or drive-ins or like going to universities. A lot of it is very word of mouth, but it's been quite successful.
Quite
Nice.
slow. Like it's not intended to be, oh, it's September, come join our team for the year.
Yeah.
It's very slow. It's very just see what happens.
Relaxed.
See who turns super, super relaxed. And I think that works well because even people who have come a couple of times and been there are well established. There's zero pressure for them to be there the next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not as if it's an established team where it's like, oh, you weren't at practice last week. Why weren't you there?
Yeah.
Like, oh, can you not make it next week?
Yeah,
That's
it's
where it
not.
gets a bit
Because people
toxic
have
then.
Yeah.
people have lives, people have responsibilities and things they need to do, and this should be a joyful thing.
Yeah.
Always aware of when people drop off. Is there any issues? Is there anything?
Yeah, we try to keep in touch with people.
Yeah, that's
checking
nice.
in
Yeah.
with people, making sure on a retention level, it's not a pressure to be like, why weren't you there? It's more like, haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah.
What's going on there? Like,
Yeah.
that
Are
sort
they
of thing.
okay?
So keeping
Yeah.
that like community level recruitment. Like we were taking the piss saying Ellie setting the dating apps to the height, like, or like.
I mean, if it works, fair play.
Well, I mean,
But
sometimes
sometimes
it's like that.
But yeah, do you know what? It's a really, really nice thing.
Like we go out, I go out to people.
Yeah.
I actually had an experience recently because I was out for Outburst, which is our big queer arts festival.
Yeah.
And I bumped into someone, and then I was like, "Oh, are you sporty?" And she literally turned around to me and went, "Is this about fucking Dyksketball?" And I was like, "Okay, so we've been here before.
Yeah.
Like this has happened."
Yeah.
So people know.
That's good.
It's a nice thing to be like, you meet a queer person and you're like, do you want to play basketball?
Yeah,
And
you're
they're
like, you just be like, "Do you want to?"
And
Yeah,
they're
you don't even
always
have to know how to play.
They're always like, I don't play basketball.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
you're like,
care.
exactly. Like I bumped into, I saw PT at my gym, and she was doing like MA. I haven't asked her yet, so if she watches this, she'll know. But she was like obviously really sporty, and I was like, and when you see, that thing when you see another queer person out, and you're like, hello. So
Yeah.
I always feel like I'm just like, okay, you're doing a little bit of sports. You're just like, you would probably be interested in playing basketball or
Yeah,
in this
and, like-
culture. I think you're the type of person.
Yeah.
We're like scouts. We're like talent scouts,
Yeah.
but for
that's good.
gayness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's kind of encouraged people to come and try it once.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, because they come and try it and then they're like, actually.
Are we like
that's
drug
not-
dealers?
Come and try it once, kids. It's fine.
Yeah, and then we increase the price.
Right. So where do you see Belfast Dykesketball in 5 years' time? I know you just don't want to be like, what was it, official, like the Shamrocks,
Yeah,
or
I mean, that was it. Let's say we had our AGM, which sounds very official. We had that last
yeah.
June, I want to say. So
Yeah,
we're
God.
Probably due another one, I don't know. Time is
Well, I
time
do
is
think
an
a
illusion,
year.
Like, time is an illusion, time is liquid. Yeah, the natural progression of something is you think become an actual team. Like you think about it about like football teams and stuff like that. You're like, yeah, they started off as this and then they became a team and now they're 100 years old. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Let's
that
talk
is-
about 100 years.
yeah, 100 years time. So there's the natural progression of that, and that could happen. And we're not like completely against that happening in some sort of form or.
Yeah. No, as in agreeing. Sorry.
So it's not in the pipeline really for this year or anything, because we like.
I think
what
we like where
are
we're
at
at.
the
Yeah.
minute. But we're very, very open to. We have new people coming in all the time. Somebody could come in and be like, I'd like to do this, and can I do it in association with you?
Yeah.
Or what things are malleable and everything can change and things like that. So we haven't got like a tight grip on Dykesketball where it has to be this thing.
Yeah.
It has to be us or it has to be whatever.
Yeah.
Because definitely there has to be a plan for like maybe me and Ellie are gonna go do something else, and if somebody else continues this stuff, you have to be able to let go of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other people put their mark on it and stuff like that. So definitely that way. But yeah.
And I think you said something really interesting there about the fact that this is like a project that we both, it kind of just happened. Like it wasn't like we went in going like, we're making the best damn basketball team Belfast is ever going to see. And like, what is that trope where it's just like, we ran out of money and we're going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we were just like, this is like a cool thing. We just want our friends to be together and to be together regularly. But I think we also have this thing that it could turn into something else. We think we've done this, it's been successful. We like doing projects, and as you said earlier, we've a lot of artists, like community organizations. We've got really talented people like amongst ourselves who are really interested in like collaborating, and you know, like videographers, musicians, all that. There's no reason why this can't evolve into another project. I mean, I would fucking love a dyke bar and like, you know, something like that.
Sports bar, like
Dyksketball bar. Yeah.
Dyksketball.
We'll think about the name on the drive home. But you know, this kind of people and that energy can evolve into something like that or something else, or as you say, somebody could take over and turn this into the best damn basketball team. You know, so we are planning, but we're kind of open-minded.
Not putting pressure on ourselves either.
No,
never.
don't.
Never.
You know, burnout is real. Like,
shout out to her.
Yeah, burnout is real. Miss burnout.
Yeah.
That people can get burnt out and try and do too much too soon. So definitely want this to be sustainable. So we're just taking our time.
Yeah.
Building the community first, building relationships with people first, and they're the most important thing.
Yeah.
It's not like we'll we'll do all that stuff, we'll play games, but it's like more the
slow and steady.
Friendships and stuff like that. I'm definitely super interested in like queer sports in general. So like on the Instagram and stuff like that, I'll share like any stuff about queer sports.
Yeah, cool.
And things like that, and even just like the bigger picture of things. So it's not necessarily just basketball.
Yeah.
You know, we're very open to like exploring, you know, football, climbing.
Yeah, we have our little
hockey,
sports
like,
days.
whatever, like do you know
Weight
what I mean?
training, like skating, like all of that stuff.
And not being closed off to that at all. Do you know, so that could be something we could explore.
Yeah.
And a big thing that like I believe in is, especially like here, is why isn't there like 5 other organizations like ours?
Exactly, yeah.
It's like there's no reason why we should be the only queer basketball meetup.
I know, exactly.
Like, there should be 10 of them.
We want a Wario to like our Dyksketball.
Yeah,
like, there should be one in Enniskillen, there should be one up in Derry.
Yeah.
There should be, yeah.
And why couldn't there be like another one in Belfast? Like, there's no reason.
I need to have a chat with her from Anna Pride dolls.
Do.
Like,
will.
so we can play.
Exactly. We want to be part of that momentum where more people are doing stuff like that. Because it helps us, and it also helps all queer people. That's the whole reason we're doing it.
And do like a charity event. Like, who can hate a charity event? It'd be
well, you'd be surprised.
I don't like the kind of like mentality we have sometimes here where we're like, there's one gay bar, or there's like,
I know
there's one thing, so there can't be another. And
it's like there's so many different types of things all the time.
The possibilities are endless. A big thing at the minute as well is, it might just be because my brain's there, but the amount of queer sporting organisations at the minute. Like, you got front runners, Aslans,
Martin Murray is on that.
Like, I'm obviously gonna forget loads of people here, like Erica and stuff like that, where we can all like group together and do stuff together, and let's like keep that strong.
I love for it to be like an Olympics, you know, just like a
that
queer
would
Olympics.
be amazing.
I mean, I was chatting to Ellie about the Euro Games, which I'm 90% this year, that's what it was called, and the SHAMROCK show we went down to, and it was in Leon, and the idea behind that is like it's all sports, including like chess. And it's just,
right,
like,
cool.
Go and do whatever.
Yeah.
And that's again happening in 2027, so it's like you can go to that and just be like, play all the games.
That'd be sick.
Be
I don't know
around
if I could
people.
play them, but I'd definitely be like, you know, a commentator, you know, from like
Yeah,
dodgeball.
your own skills.
Yeah.
And we do. There's also like the queer choir in Belfast. There's
Yeah.
like
So
all
many good
these
organisations,
all
like-
these little stuff that's getting people together, and we all know each other. We all
there's
have people
overlap.
who do 2
Little
or
bit of
3,
something.
and that's what we want.
Yeah,
That's nice,
That's again,
yeah.
like, just like, I keep saying shout out. That's my thing. This podcast. I'm like,
you put,
shout
like,
out to.
I
shout
think it's
out-
because you put the cap on, and now you're
I'm
turning
like,
into
shout
like a
out,
podcast,
you know,
bro.
but like, yeah, there's a good influx of queer groups as well. Like, there's the Belfast Sapphics and Queer Women's Collective and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there's something in the water. There's something.
There is, and again, we have people here in the Belfast Sapphics who's in our group, who's with the queer ones.
Yeah,
We
that's
all are
nice.
connected.
You're all like
We all-
connected.
and we all
It's like
serve-
a hive.
It is like a hive, and
Yeah.
we all serve different functions for different people,
all
different
good.
age groups, different whatever. So it's
Yeah.
nice.
So it's a nice time to be alive in queer Ireland,
Well,
I think.
Yeah, I mean,
Anyway, we're trying to be positive. Like,
Yeah,
we want
yeah.
good
you have to be
things and keep the
positive
good
because the
things
world's
going,
gone to
like-
shit
I
at the
mean,
moment.
and yeah, to be fair, actually, it is probably the best time it's ever been to be queer still.
Yeah.
We should hold on to that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So
fair play
hopefully
to
we
yous.
can be part of that and help people.
Have you any questions for like us, like myself and the podcast? Or?
Yeah, like no, I'm not gonna ask you where you see yourself in 5 years.
Oh, like I have
But-
no idea.
I'm always really curious about, because we're city folk.
City folk.
Yeah.
City
City
folk.
folk.
No, let me hear it.
But like, there is such a difference from like the people we know who've moved into Belfast from what it's like growing up. I know even from my friends, Belfast versus even 40 minutes outside. So
Yeah.
I just want to know, like, from you, like being in Fermanagh, like what it's like for you, I guess, being that person or being that queer person, or like the kind of barriers, or do you feel like people are like, what is it like?
I don't know. I feel like no one's really outwardly been like, you know, homophobic to
Okay.
me. So like I suppose that it's only just been like them leaving comments online, which is so easy to do because they don't even have their real name or, you know, profile picture. It's
Yeah,
just
great.
pure
Yeah, it's
anonymous.
not the real fucking one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like it's just been. This sounds so sad. I've definitely felt a lot more lonely, you know,
Yeah.
coming out. But like, fuck it, I'm
Yeah.
Really?
doing
Oh.
my own thing, and I'm
Yeah.
much more happier doing
And
this than I
is
was.
podcast helpful for that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I struggled with like, you know, depression or whatever, but I'm
Oh.
like focusing. You know,
Good for
I'm
you.
stressing
Yeah.
out. I'm stressing over the right thing at the moment.
you're
so
Yeah,
working,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
doing the right thing.
And
Yeah.
also it's probably helped so many people, like you're being
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
brave.
it's been
Hopefully,
amazing, like,
yeah.
since
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
the people you've had on and everything, and like they're only
Yeah.
gonna get bigger and better. Like,
Yeah.
So do you have anything you're like excited to do?
I don't know. Like I said at the start, I'd love like photography, editing, and all that jazz. Like if you's ever needed like help,
Yeah, that's
you
what
know,
I'm
if
thinking.
you're
Like, we get you
games,
wee promo video.
yeah.
Oh my
like,
God,
call me up.
yeah,
I probably
yeah,
won't
yeah.
be like a
definitely-
star, but
yeah, we need like a wee.
be something.
Yeah, we got a little
Definitely.
mini documentary or something.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck yeah,
Or, like,
let's do it.
We got our kit sorted, like a video around that and stuff. But
Yeah.
that's it, like even having that, we're saying like Belfast is like art, and we're like all helping each other, but like that extends
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
everywhere. Like, do you know what I mean? So
That's
definitely
it.
100%.
Yeah,
it's
it's
nice
an all
to-
Ireland project.
Yeah, it's nice to have like, you know, there's no one to collab really, not many queers unless it's from Anna Pride,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
that's close by. So it's nice to like, you know, you got like I've got the city folk now
Yeah,
that are behind my
100%,
back.
like,
Yeah, and
it's
I'm
nice.
sure you could probably reach out to like people in Derry and things like that.
Yeah,
and do
yeah.
all
I
that
need to
stuff.
branch out because like I've always went to Belfast, you know, for like photography gigs at like Ulster Hall and all these bands, but like it's very lackluster in Derry, so I'll need to like, you know, get my networking
Yeah,
up there
100%. Well, like,
better.
Aye,
Well,
yeah,
loads
yeah,
of
yeah.
people kind of like that's the thing. We've loads of people in Dyksketball that are kind of like involved in those worlds and everything.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, we should do a game here for the crack.
Oh my God, yeah,
Yeah.
bring us down to.
That'd be good crack,
Enniskillen.
yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, you can do say doing a game here. Could literally be like anybody who fancies having a basketball game.
Mhm.
You know, it
Literally,
doesn't need to be
yeah.
if you've ever played basketball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No.
So we should get that happening. Like,
Get
yeah,
that
a
organised,
little
yeah.
Enniskillen branch.
yeah.
Oh
let's do it.
yeah, you know what? Like,
Dykeskin,
there's a lot of people that don't come out, but I know for a fact there's a big community down here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
big
Yeah.
time. But
And when you are doing what you're doing, which is being public about it and talking about it, makes it easier for them, as you
Yeah.
know. So
a lot of people do say as well, oh, there's enough podcasts out there. You know, but I like to see it as like it's a TV show.
yeah,
There's like different themes, different
Yeah,
genres. Like, and this
yeah.
is like I don't want to call myself like the first, but I don't think there is
I was
many
gonna
like
say, how
queer
many?
podcasts west of
Yeah,
the
it's
island
just
of
people
Ireland
putting it
anyway.
on, like, it's just people who
yeah.
don't want nice things.
I know. I'm
That's
sorry,
right.
no, not to be shady, but if I was going to be shady for a bit,
Go
there's a
and be,
lot.
please be shady. It's
A
fun.
lot of straight male podcasts, Shaw Carr on the island of Ireland talking about fuck knows what,
Yeah.
and nobody ever comes for them or
No.
says
Yeah.
that's one too many. Like,
Yeah.
You
yeah,
don't have
this
to
thing,
excuse
this
yourself. Like, you
Yeah.
can
literally
do
take
whatever
up
the fuck-
space.
Literally do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Go on that basketball
And if
court.
it's something that's
Yeah.
joyful to you, you can do what you want as well. Like, it's nothing
Yeah.
to do with anybody else.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just do it.
That's
So,
good. That's good. Anyway, we're
doing
doing
the right
something
thing.
right. Oh,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah,
doing
100%,
something right.
like, it's all
Fuck
good
the
stuff,
whole
like-
lot of you.
Yeah.
We're doing it anyway.
Sorry, I have hobbies.
Yes.
Which is
Sorry I
being gay.
exist.
Yeah, sorry, being gay is my hobby.
Fuck them. You said that you were taking a wee break during
Yeah,
the Christmas
just
period.
December. Yeah.
So, is there? You want to look down the camera and be like, "This is what's happening," you know, next year, like any events.
What's the date? What's the date? We're coming back.
Let me get my hair fixed.
What is the date?
I honestly feel like we're doing a WWE call out.
But then what's the date we're coming
I'm
back?
sorry.
Just how many times I've asked
Yeah,
that.
I know.
This is
Sorry.
this is a car journey.
This
It's like-
Yeah, so
What's the date that we're coming back?
I have to do the start of the
But
statement.
tell me so then I can do it with you.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. Right, look serious.
It's the longest date I've ever heard in my life. Go for it.
Okay, hello, potential Dykesketballers.
Hi.
Is this like a, we're just trying a recruitment? Okay.
Yeah, we do whatever you want.
Okay, we want you to come to Dyksketball in the new year, 2026, year of the Dykes. Please come on the 27th of January,
Yes.
and we want to see your skills, but also just come in for a chat. Very chill, no pressure. Come join us. We're lots of fun.
Yeah.
Slay.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
Woo.
Oh, and thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for having us.
No worries.